people of the internet. What up, my boy?
What's up, ganger?
What you up to, man? You look like you chilling.
Big chilling, bro.
Big chilling. How was your Monday?
It was pretty good. I just did some shit, like ran some errands, did some shit around the house. You know what I'm saying?
Nice, nice, nice. I like that.
Yeah.
Hey, you seem like a guy with some perspective, man. Let's have a chat.
Let's have a chat, my boy.
So let me ask you this, man. All right, I'm talking about, of course, I like to talk about things along the lines of philosophy, self-improvement, and the culture, right? I have my views about the culture right now. I think the culture is going counterproductive. I think our society right now is fried or cooked, is all the youth is saying. What's one thing that you hate about our society right now? What's one thing that blows you about our culture? Black culture, American culture, just our culture in general. What's one thing that blows you?
The red pill, blue pill debate is very dead to me.
Let's talk about it. Got you.
Just like driving a wedge between one of the basics of being human being, which is kind of like just like love between a man and a woman. Let's go down to the basics, right? Like, and so they're literally driving a wedge in between a big part of what makes us human beings, right? And you can actually see the breakdown of like the male perspective and the female perspective, and how it's just like they're just going completely opposite right now.
Got you. And you think the red pill community, of course, is one of the catalysts or one of the reasons why, or is maybe even accelerating that notion that's driving a wedge between men and women?
In America.
Got you. Okay,
in
cool.
America, which is very whack. Like, it's very whack.
Got it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And more specifically trickling down to the culture of the black community.
Yeah.
And our family's been under attack for a while, so we gotta keep the black man with the black woman. We need our families, bro. Like,
okay, so you resonate with Dr. Umar.
To an extent, yeah, he's very extreme. Yeah. He's very extreme, but to an extent, absolutely.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. I have a theory though, man, in terms of that. Now, I agree with you. I'm not opposed to, so in a couple of things, I'm not opposed to the idea of black man marrying a black woman. I'm not opposed to that at all. I think it's a beautiful thing. In general, I think it's just a beautiful thing when relationships are done correctly, right? When a man can, transparently and vulnerably love a woman, I think it's a beautiful thing. When men and women come together, done correctly, it's a beautiful thing. What do you think in terms of just like, I have a theory that, because to your point of, kind of just saying that, blacks and, black man, black woman, establish our foundation. Because I know, of course, our history basically, on a surface level, of course, some of the things that we've been through, how there's theories that the black man has been pulled away from the black woman, I should say, what the case is. I do have a theory, though, that I believe that I think the antidote, right, to racism is biracial relationships. I feel like we could maybe overspan up maybe the next decade, 10, 20 years with the cases. I feel like if we are encouraging more biracial relationships where black man, white man, Asian man, white woman, or Asian man, white woman, whatever the case is, I think that could be the remedy that we need that can maybe tone down even a little bit the whole racism thing and all these biases and all these stereotypes that we see in our society. What do you think about that? Are biracial relationships the solution to racism?
It's not an absolute yes or no answer.
Yeah.
It's not an absolute yes or no answer. But I would answer that by saying my Uncle John is white.
Okay. Shout out to Uncle John.
So, yeah, my Uncle John is one of the coolest guys I know.
Nice. nice.
Period.
Nice.
Period. And so like my mom is Haitian. My mom's Haitian, first generation Haitian American.
Nice.
So she came here when she was 11. And so my auntie Romy, she's same thing. So she married this white man, right? And so like he married a first generation Haitian American. Like, what kind of white dudes are doing that? You know what I'm saying?
Got you. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Not typical. It's not typical.
And then you get to know him, and then you see his work and what he did, and as far as his family and the foundation and what he's been able to build. And to answer your question, to an extent, yes, it is a big answer in breaking down racism. Like seeing a biracial relationship is it's beautiful.
Hmm. Hmm.
Just like you said, just seeing two people be able to work it out is beautiful. But then when it's like biracial, it's like, damn, that's like that's really beautiful.
Yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
two different cultures coming together.
Exactly,
You know.
exactly. And that's my thought, bro, because honestly, I look at it like this, right? Especially in just the, I can't think of a time in our society ever, in just the human experience, where there hasn't been some type of division between whether it's classes, whether financially, racially, whatever the case is. I do
Yeah.
believe, because I think about these things a lot. I think about what can maybe be the cure to homelessness, what can be the cure
Hmm.
to racism. And again, maybe it is nuanced. Maybe it's not one defined answer, but I think a start, if we maybe, encourage more people, or I guess, maybe didn't shun, or maybe have, our little snickers when we see a black man and a white woman, whatever the case is, and other communities didn't feel a type of way. I feel like
Yeah.
slowly but surely, I feel like racism will fizzle out, because it's like there's more and more. Who can we be racist with? Hey, my mom's black, my dad's white, whatever the case. Like, I feel like we'll have younger generations that'll be more appreciative of it. Like, man, there's no racism because I can't hate you. You're my mom, or I can't hate you. Oh, my husband is, what the case is. So I feel like if we did encourage that a little bit more, slowly but surely, over again maybe a span of maybe 50 years, maybe down the line, racism will
Hmm.
slowly but surely, maybe not, we might not get rid of it altogether, but I feel like it'll fizzle out, because we have so many families, like you said, coming together, and it's like, oh, this is a beautiful thing. Like, I'm not gonna let history and my grandfathers, their ideology, their mindset ruin what we're doing now, because clearly we can see that a black person and a white person can come together, an Asian person and a black person can come together, and it's a beautiful thing. Beautiful kids, we have beautiful cultures, we love each other's food, this, that, and the other. I think that might be the solution to wiping out this whole racism thing.
Yep. I agree. I agree
Interesting.
100%.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, and to furthermore on that point, like I see it with the younger generation.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know, I guess it's like I guess technology is playing a huge role in that.
Facts.
But like within like the younger kids, like I don't see like they're it's like all one culture.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
it's all
yeah.
like we all dance and we all play basketball. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right, right,
Like,
right.
it doesn't matter what race you are. You know what I'm saying? It's just
Right,
like we're just TikTokers
right.
doing the dance. We're just doing dance trends and like just trying to mesh and flow together. It's kind of crazy. It's kind
Yeah,
of crazy.
yeah. I like that, man. Sometimes, to be completely honest with you, bro, I'm not as optimistic in terms of our future, because I feel like the opposite of that. Sometimes I feel like we don't do that enough. I don't think we admire the uniqueness, because I feel like this, right? Sometimes we hear these
Mhm.
stereotypes, and sometimes the stereotypes, let's keep it real, sometimes stereotypes are true. About the black folk,
Well,
about the white folk,
that's
about
why they're
the,
there.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
right, exactly. And that's what they say, it's maybe the essence of even comedy. We laugh at comedy because there's an underlying truth to it all, right?
Right.
Sometimes I feel like the ignorance supersedes the logic. I think there's not a growing population of people that are able to still believe a stereotype, but not let the stereotype have a foundational judgment on said person, black person, white person, whatever the case is.
Hmm.
I think if we can get to a point, to your point as well, too, if we can get to the point where, like, hey, I like that music too, or I like that music, oh, you can dance too, I like to dance. I feel like if we could get to that point, maybe let's start with the younger generation, because I feel like the younger generation, from my experience as well too, I'm seeing them being more open to the idea of, man, why can't we all just get along?
Uh-huh.
Like, I feel like it's the older generation that's maybe still stuck in our ways of stereotypes and, oh nah, because this is how my generation before. But I sometimes I kind of get on Gen Z a little bit, but I think Gen Z seems to be the generation where it's like, why can't we all just get along? That's kind of my theory. That's
Yeah.
my POV for sure.
Yeah. They're giving me like more hippie vibes.
Right. It's
You
so
know?
interesting. I had a
Yeah.
segment earlier where I was talking about Gen Z in the workplace. There was a study that was basically saying that Gen Z is a risk. Right, it's a risk to have Gen Z. I guess employers. I think the percentage was about 75%. I think 75% of companies right now are reconsidering, or not. 75% of employers right now in America are saying that they hired Gen Z, and all of their Gen Z staff was unsatisfactory. I forgot the other statistic as well too, where right, you see Gen Z complaining about working 25-hour work weeks and things of that nature. So I feel like there's elements of Gen Z where it's just like, nah, bro, that's not how this works. Y'all need to get it together. And then
Yep.
there's an element of Gen Z that I like as well too. They seem to be a lot more courageous. They seem to really stand on their shit as well too. Like, nah, man, this is what we believe. I'm passionate about that. I'm willing to die on this hill. I feel like Gen Z is
Yeah.
a generation that's willing to die on this hill for things that we may or may not agree with. They seem very confident in their beliefs, 100%.
The f- that's one thing they got going for them for sure. It's like